Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover.
Originally, I was born in Lexington, Kentucky, 1942. And when I was in school, I had dyslexia. And in my generation, nobody knew what it was, so I was just considered a dumb kid. And I went all the way through school getting the lowest possible grades. And people ask me, why am I doing what I'm doing today for these wonderful young people from this region? It goes back to my own personal history. I didn't have an opportunity to get with the support that's now provided for people who have dyslexia. And these young people don't have dyslexia, but they have a lot of strikes against them. And so what I'm trying to do is, through Yachana Foundation, provide an education that's practical, that's meaningful for them, and will help them have a better life. I started the Yachana Foundation in 1991 and started working in this area of what's called the Upper Napo region, the Upper Napo River region, in 1992. And so I've been living in this area since '92. And my first several years, the foundation was doing different projects, but I was looking for a way for it to be more self-sustaining. And so I decided to go into tourism. I didn't know anything about tourism, but I decided to go into it. And in 1995, we opened Yachana Lodge. At that time, it was on the other side of the river. We now have a new lodge, a new training center. But I started in tourism in 1995 as a way of helping to support the work of the foundation and to also give visitors a window into the lives of the people who live here.
Un mundo mejor para mí sería el buen vivir. El buen vivir sería cuidar los bosques, animales, no contaminar los ríos y así tener un ambiente mejor.
Rescatar la cultura de diferentes etnias de nuestro país.
Un mundo mejor sería no talar excesivamente el bosque, porque es importante para todos los seres vivos.
Un mundo mejor sería para mí vivir bien con mi familia y no tener una contaminación.
Valorar la tierra donde vivimos.
Para mí un mundo mejor es la educación, porque a partir de ella podemos conocer muchos temas, ¿sí?, que son importantes para la vida.
A better world for me is one where everybody has an opportunity. Doesn't matter your race, if you're indigenous, or if you're poor, or you're rural, you have the same opportunities as someone from the city. This can be achieved through education, but it needs to be an education that's meaningful for the young people who live here. If it's pure theory, they're not interested. They want something more practical. And with that experience, with that type of education, they can excel incredibly. We've proven this. We have a family here right now who you have met, and to hear the gentleman who's 75 years old say, this was the best day of my life. When he went yesterday, went birding and looking at the birds through our system that we have, and a walk in the forest, and his comment was, this is the best day of my life. That's powerful to me. And to hear other young people, especially, who come and visit, and who write me and say, my visit to Yachana changed my life, changed the direction that I want to go. Because so many young people are forced and bombarded with messages to go and make money and do all of that. And what I try to do is to be an example that you don't have to make a lot of money, but you can be very happy helping other people and doing something like what we're doing here. Yachana Lodge is sitting in a reserve that we have bought through the years of about 1,000 hectares of rainforest. It's an incredible location with a tremendous amount of wildlife. What we're doing in education is helping the young people who we're working with understand the value of protecting this type of resource. They've grown up in the forest, and often people mistakenly think that they are naturally environmentalists, but they're not. And you have to help them understand and appreciate what they have. And this is what we've been able to do through tourism, because a local kid is able to see people coming from all over the world who are excited about seeing this environment, seeing the forest, seeing the animals. And so they begin to question and realize, wow, I have something that other people are interested in knowing. And more than anything, the sustainability of what we're doing is our work with the young people from the region, because none of us are here forever. And these young people are the ones who will carry on what I have started and the mission that I have started. It's very gratifying to me to see the tremendous commitment of these young people, most of whom have gone through our education program, to see their commitment to our being the best possible example of sustainable community-based tourism. When I mention community-based tourism, I'm talking about a global community, not just one little village. We're community-based tourism, but in a way that's reaching far broader audience than most other types of community tourism. I think that the initiative that you're doing is very good. This is a combination of both working with travelers who are looking for an alternative experience, not just a regular package tour, but also a way to have publicity and information that anyone can have access to be able to filter through the array of lodges and offers that are out there. It's hard. It's not easy to know who's really making a difference. And when you're talking about community-based tourism, in our case, a global community, it's not easy to find who's really making a difference. My question when someone talks about community-based tourism is to ask, who are your beneficiaries? If it's just that little community where you live, that's great, but it's there and it stops there. If you ask Yachana, who are the beneficiaries, it's throughout the Amazon region of Ecuador, and several of our graduates are now living in other countries. They've married gringos y gringas, and so we're having a global reach.